That's what's up.
All right, let's see here. Have we gone live? Yes. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a new night, a new episode, and a new time for Ying meets Yang of Gaming. You have our hosts here. We have Project Storm, we have
Yo,
Rome Rush, and you have
Yo,
me, Snow Bunny Gaming. Okay, so you guys know who we are. We were just talking about post show how when this show started, it was in the middle of the week like this. Storm and I, we were just bullshitting around. He wanted to see some gameplay of some Switch games, and we just went live, and I created Ying Meets Yang of Gaming. And then we moved to Sundays because that was better timing at the time for us. But now we are back home in the middle of the week, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get into it, everyone. Storm, storm, storm.
what up?
Why are you so far away, dude?
I'm here. I'm here. I had
Oh,
to lean
okay.
forward real quick.
All right. So, how's your week been? You guys know that we had to move from Sundays because right now football season is in,
That's
and
right.
my
oh
two
yeah,
co-hosts are diehard football fans.
We're gonna talk about
oh
it.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll talk about y'all diehard footballism. And Storm, do you
What up?
play MLB the Show?
I tried it when it dropped on the Xbox. I used to play it back in the day. I got MLB 17, the show 17 on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
For PlayStation, I had when I had my base PS4. And did I have the Pro? I might have had the Pro, but anyway, yeah. But I played then, and then I skipped all the years up until this new one. But I tried it, Bunny, and I tried it on XCloud and everything. But I fell off a little bit because there was so many games out. But I need to jump back on it because I saw somebody that I know very well playing the other night, and it did something to me. And that's this brother right here, Rome Rush, man. He was on it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got slapped up.
And we all need to wish Rome a happy belated birthday.
That's right.
Oh,
I saw
thanks,
him
man.
getting spanked in MLB the Show on his birthday. That was kind of embarrassing right there,
It
dude.
was. It was
You
pretty
you
bad.
might you might have should have like lowered the settings or something just so that you could win on your birthday while you're streaming.
I'm glad I left before all that happened because he was doing good when I was there. You know what I'm saying? He was timing the hit the pitches and everything. I was like,
Oh
how the hell
yeah.
do you time these pitches so good, Ron? God damn. And then
I,
I guess it all went to hell after that. So
I guess he got
Basically.
to sipping a little too much on the Hennessy or something for his birthday. Because
Oh
when
man.
I was in there watching it, I was like, dude, you getting spanked.
Ooh, I had a headache out of this world. I think that's what did it.
All right, so Storm, what have you been doing this week?
man, a whole lot. I have to say this. I took the LGC one back. I don't have the OLED anymore, Bunny. Rome. I took that
The
back. 'Cause I had
8K,
a,
Oh
wait a minute,
I know
hold
wow.
that was
up.
no,
You
no, no,
didn't
no, no.
take
Let me
the
tell you. I'm gonna
OK
tell you. I'm gonna
back.
tell you the story. Let me tell you the story. Hold on.
Your
So I
wife said
had the
you spent too
4K
damn much
120. I
money,
had
didn't
the
she?
Samsung 4K 120, the Q80T. It wasn't 8K. I wanted to try 8K. So I tried 8K, but it wasn't OLED. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Everybody was talking OLED is the best TV out of there. And I see why they say that, right? But I wanted, but when I got a taste of 8K, I wanted to go back. Now I had a 65-inch 8K display. I had the Samsung Q800T. But now I'm about to go grab the 75-inch. I've made my mind up. This is the TV I'm about to have for the next 5 years at least, or
Mm.
unless I decide to get rid of it early. But that's the TV I'm about to have because I missed the 8K aspect of it. So that's what I've been up to, just doing that, playing these games as usual, and getting ready to go back to work soon by the end of the month.
All right, so we'll get into what games we've been playing later in the show. Rome, how's your
Mhm.
week been?
It's been cool. It's been cool. Laying low, ain't been doing much. Playing the
You
little
ain't
games
been
when I
pissing
can.
nobody off on Twitter. You
Oh
ain't been
yeah.
getting nobody screaming at you on YouTube.
Well, I'm up to my usual on that. That's I think that's my second job. Piss people off,
Oh
man.
man, yeah, that's a common occurrence.
Oh yeah. But other than that, I'm chilling, man.
All
Oh
right.
yeah,
So y'all know me. I've been working, working, and working some more. So yeah, I just been working, but I have made time to play some games.
That's what's up.
And I've
Yeah.
had to. I saw the post update after a live stream from one of my favorite localization companies, distributors, and they just made my whole year. Um, it's crazy, but we'll get into that stuff later.
Okay.
All right, guys. This week it's been pretty quiet this week. The things
Mhm.
that've been taking the news by storm is the crap that's happened with Activision Blizzard. I think new shit's been coming out too much. I haven't even been following it because it's just too insane.
Me either.
Mhm.
It's crazy the shit that's been going on with that. But then we got some other news stories here. Rome, you actually touched on something earlier, and let's jump into it. Um, we were talking about Hellblade,
Ah,
Senior Sacrifice.
yeah.
Okay, it gets a Series X upgrade or
Mhm.
patch for the
Mhm.
X or S. Okay.
Mhm.
And as everybody know, the first Hellblade Senior Sacrifice, was at first a PS4 exclusive.
Yep.
I have it on PlayStation 4. Okay. And then it went after it went to PlayStation 4, it ended up going to Xbox. I believe it's on PC also, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yep. And on Switch too.
And it's on Nintendo Switch. The last console it went to was Nintendo Switch. And I could tell y'all up until I got my PS4 version, the Switch version never went on sale, y'all. Never went on sale. Because I was
Fine.
waiting on it to go on sale because my whole thing of being cheap about digital versus physical. I'm not going to spend over a certain amount for a digital game.
Mhm.
Okay. So it never went physical to Switch, and I ended up finding it on PS4. So let's see here. Let me see if I can share my screen. So right now on Twitter, people making YouTube videos about this patch update, mainly flaming the console wars, saying, "Hey, this is Xbox is getting an upgrade, but PlayStation isn't." Okay. Which, whatever.
Mhm.
And some people are upset about it, and some people, like, myself, I'm not upset about it.
Mhm.
Storm, let's get your thoughts on this, Storm. What's your thoughts on Hellblade getting a Series X/S patch?
Think it came from out of nowhere. It's big. I love the game. I've been playing a lot of it, just making random videos. I beat the game on PlayStation. Did I first complete it on I don't know where I completed it, but I have it on every platform, PlayStation, Series X, and PC. Even though I don't have PlayStation, I still have that game. Now, the game is absolutely dope. That's why this is the game you always hear me talking about when it comes to having a Series X, right? Halo Infinite is going to be Halo Infinite, is going to do big things, but at the same time, y'all, if I'm keeping it real, Hellblade 2 is that one that's going to showcase that next level technology, all that stuff, man. Like this Ninja Theory
But
knows
I'm
what the hell
not.
they're doing.
But see, you're talking about Hellblade 2.
I know, but I'm talking.
We'll get into
I
that.
gotta
Wait a
jump
minute.
into that. I gotta jump
Yeah,
into it a little bit.
but let me ask you this.
Because I'm telling
Okay.
you right now, Hellblade 1 is already firing. That patch, it does some great things from what I've seen. It's real ray tracing. How do I know? Because I looked at the damn water and everything. And if it was, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me break something down to you. That's what you got to know about Project Storm, man. I hop on Metro enhanced PC version, right? And I had great expectations, high ass expectations. But when I saw the ray tracing, it was screen space. It looked like screen space reflections, which means that when you look down on the water or whatever, it disappears. Now, I don't have time for all that. That's why I had to give the Hellblade ray tracing I had to give it full credit. It's fire. I like it. Everything's intact. It looked like ray tracing to me. Now, maybe I need to see some areas. I don't know why people will have complaints about it, But I need to see some other areas in the game, maybe. But I know initially when I saw early on in the game, you walk by this water, this lake or whatever, and you can see real reflections and all that stuff, and they don't disappear. I think that's impressive. The lighting is cool. Same thing with everywhere else in the game. It is definitely ray tracing, but I don't know. I got to listen to y'all thoughts on it first because I thought it was well implemented for the first time. They them putting out a game with DirectX ray tracing. I got to give it to them.
Yes, you do have to give it to them because you know that is something that they did that's impressive.
Yeah.
Rome, did you want to go, or would you like for me to ask my question?
I'll go.
Go for it, Rome.
Okay, so yeah, I always thought it was a beautiful game to begin with. It looked great on the Switch. It's an amazing looking game. So I didn't for the news to drop that it came, with the update for the Series X and S. It wasn't really big news to me. It's cool that it happened, but it wasn't big news to me. So, but you did make a tweet, Bunny, and I agree with you on that.
That's part of my question, so wait on that for a sec, Rome.
Okay. So you know what? I'll let you ask me the question, and then and then I'll wait.
So let's put it out there. Hellblade has always been a beautiful game.
Right.
Okay. In the beginning, I didn't have a PlayStation 4. I didn't have an Xbox, but when it came to Switch, I was like, oh, I might pick this up. I was planning on picking it up, but like I said, it's still $40 on the Switch. Okay. Yeah, it's $39.99 on the Switch. So Hellblade is a beautiful game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's getting an update for the XS, I'm in middle ground with that because I'm always like this. What happens in the past is in the past. What about the next iteration?
Mm-hmm.
With Hellblade, hey, I love the fact that they implemented this and they took time to do this for the X and S. But couldn't that time been better implemented to show you more or push out Hellblade 2?
Nah. I mean, I'm gonna let you finish, but I say no.
No. But that was the question. My thing is, this game is about what, 5 years old now or something?
Yeah, 4
or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They took the time to do this patch for the X and S. Cool, gravy. People who have the game love the game. They're happy for it. But couldn't they use that time, things like that, to show more of Hellblade 2? Because right now, everybody's waiting on Hellblade 2.
Right.
Hellblade 2 has gone radio silent. And I'm not only picking on Xbox for this, because I'm saying the same thing about Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is an old game, but they're updating it and implementing new things for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox X Series S. When are you getting Grand Theft Auto 6? Okay? On the Switch front, Mario Kart 8 was a freaking port from the Wii U. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's still selling well. It's still super popular. But when are we going to get information about Mario Kart 9? So I can say the same exact question for all the console makers out here.
Right.
Okay? So it's not like I'm picking on Xbox for doing this with Hellblade. No. I can point out different games that's the same question. It's the exact same baseline question. Okay? So Storm, what do you think about it?
I think there's never a time for you not to improve a game like Hellblade, award-winning Hellblade. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring that back. You like it's if you look at games like GTA 5 and how they're just milking everybody's money, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is fine with GTA 5, the longevity and all that stuff. You know, it could go on for another 5 years and people will be okay. Now they might start hungering for 6, but they'll still be happy to play 5 and pay for what new DLCs and new updates like the 4K that's coming to the PS5 version and all that stuff, 60 FPS. Yeah, so that makes a difference right there, Bunny. I will say, now Hellblade is a game that if you haven't for Ninja Theory to do what they did, it says 2 things to me. It says, damn, that they were able to do it on the Series X. That's cool. Now, my question to y'all is, what if it was so easy to do it on the Series X? See, this is what I don't think people are thinking about. Now, I'm not a bot, but I try to keep it as real down the middle as I can, right? What if it was not that hard for them to do, Bunny? What if it didn't even break a stride in the overall development of Hellblade 2, which we know ain't coming out this year for sure. It's got to be coming out sometime 2022. I hope no later than fall
I'm
2022.
anticipating 2023 because remember they have that other game that they're making also, Project Mara.
Yeah, but I don't really want to wait to 2023 to play a Hellblade 2 because I know it's going to showcase.
But then that throws into this question also. What if they did this to pacify people and Hellblade 2 isn't coming out till 2023?
Yeah, that's not gonna hold me over. I'm got to keep it real. It's not gonna hold me over. My anticipation level is gonna be high. If they push it back to 2023, it is what it is. As long as we have other games that we could play on the Series X for all of you Xbox owners and stuff, as long as there's games to play up until then, we'll be all right. We'll live. But I want to see Senua and everybody else on that Hellblade 2 come to life. And I know that's what they're going to do with the game. It's Ninja Theory, y'all. We know what they just did with Hellblade 1. They got to be doing bigger things with 2. Even if they went like a marginal upgrade, that's still award-winning. That's an award-winning upgrade, is what I'm saying. So I think it's big that they implemented this technology. They have it running solid from what I see, from what I played, the performance mode, 120 FPS. With 3 different modes, who was doing that? Who's doing that on consoles? So for them to do it like that, I got to give them credit and praise for that one.
But then,
now, I do know what you're saying. You're concerned though, to pacify people. But hey, we don't know. What if they still drop Hellblade 2 on our head in 2022? On top
I mean, that's the flip side of it. But then, while you were talking, another question popped up for me.
Go ahead.
What if they were doing this upgrade to test how things are going to run for Hellblade 2? You see what I mean?
Point. Yeah, it makes you think.
I mean, I understand. My first question is but then on the flip side,
I can see that now. That makes sense. Rome, what about you?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense. I actually would have been. And this might sound a little weird, but I think I would have been more impressed if I'd have seen more gameplay or any gameplay of Hellblade 2, and then they dropped the release of the patch. You know what I'm saying? Because it does look like on the surface, it does look like there's energy going towards the first one, and it's and 2 is put on the back burner or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's kind of how it feels when I see that instead of the second one.
And wait a minute, y'all. We got to shout out some chat here. We got Sick Humor with No Cap podcast up in here, guys. You guys got to go check out his channel. I'm also on his show, the Politically Incorrect podcast. It happens whenever we decide to do one, but go over there and check that out. We got Roger in the chat. What's up, Roger? Hey, Sean L. Hello, Sean. We have Charles. Charles, you're always here. Trey, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? Fatal Sharad. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Long time no see. This show is now officially moved to Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time due to football season. We'll get into that a little later. Squid, what's up, Squiddy? How you doing? And yes, Squid, Switch has got a ton of games coming out. My wallet is going to be hurting because I already know my next 7 games I'm pre-ordering for the Switch alone. That's scary. Nelson Gaiman, how you doing? All right, so that's everybody in the chat right now. But back to our topic of Hellblade with the upgrade to the X and S.
Before you get into it, is Hellblade for you? Is that a reason for you to come over to the series?
Well, I haven't even played Hellblade 1 yet.
That's what I'm saying. But from what you're seeing, it's third person and everything, Bunny. Is it enough?
I mean, the Hellblade,
as insane.
The Hellblade was always a good game, but here's the thing you got to think about also. It may come to Switch.
It won't have that. It won't have the capabilities necessary to really be Hellblade on the Switch, though. Am I right?
Well, they said that about the first Hellblade.
How did the first one perform when it got ported to Switch?
It performs really well from what I hear.
Well, let me shut the hell up.
I mean, that's
that simple, Rome.
People were saying the same thing about Hellblade on Switch. A lot of people were saying the same things about a ton of games that went to Switch. Who would have ever thought that they could have gotten a semi-decent fucking Witcher 3 to run on Switch?
Oh, man, that's major. Right. That's major.
I mean, and you've seen the gameplay of it, Storm.
I have.
The fact that it wasn't freezing out and glitching everywhere. Okay.
It was impressive, but see that like you got the Digital Foundries and all them other worlds saying that you could tell that it's the Switch and all that. It is. I mean,
you can tell that it is. You can tell what it is, but you got to remember Digital Foundries of the world and shit. They were saying that the Switch was going to fail. They were saying that not Hellblade, but Witcher 3 was never going to run properly on the Switch. And then when they got it and played it, they had to put out an apology video and said, oh, this is running better than we thought it was going to run. And they took their first video. They made a 45-minute video off of a 30-second clip of Witcher 3 on Switch. That's the reason I don't listen to their shit.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you gotta look at what they say, and then when shit comes out, when somebody has to put out a video and say, wow, this is running better than we thought it was, you automatically know right then they're full of shit and they want the clicks.
I know. Okay. I just had to bring it up. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and Darksiders is on Switch. BioShock is on Switch. So yeah, there's a lot of games that are on Switch that people said would never run on Switch. So, but back to your question. After I play the first Hellblade, I'll probably be able to better answer that. But the second Hellblade, because may come to the Switch, or if it is really good, I'll just probably buy it on PC and play it on PC. I don't
know if it's coming to the Switch. I don't know if it's
but what I'm saying is if I really love it. Well, they said the same fucking thing. Everybody said the same thing about Ori 2. Remember when we were on our previous show together? Ori 1 came to the Switch, and Xbox did something with the developers of Ori 1, and everybody was like, well, if you want to play that Ori 2, you're going to have to get an Xbox One to play it. And then that shit came to Switch less than 3 months later.
Yeah, we'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know. But if it's really good and I really want to play it, I can buy it on PC. And I don't even have to get Game Pass.
All right.
Yep.
You know what? I played a little bit of it on the PS4, and I couldn't get into it. But I think I'm gonna go back and give it another go. And if I really get into it, like I really like it, and it comes for the Xbox, I mean, it will come to the Xbox. So I'm not saying.
Yeah.
What am I saying? I may be tempted to buy Xbox for it, depending on how much I like.
I'm gonna say this, Rome. I'm telling you now, if you play it on PS4 or PS5 or whatever, if it don't have these updates, which I don't think it will, Rome, you're probably going to short yourself. And that's the problem that I had with the game. The fact that it did run at 30 FPS and all that. And I think I completed it. Did I complete it on the 1X? I can't remember. Damn it. I had it on the Pro first. I think I finished it there. Then I got the 1X and sampled it again. And it wasn't no updates. That's what happened. I got the Xbox One X, sampled it. It wasn't 60 FPS and no updates at all. And then I let it go, and then I got it on PC, started playing it over there just to make content because I had already completed it. So what I'm saying is, if you were to play this, see, this is what people have to think about, man. This is why it's hard to be exclusive to just one platform. It's hard for me to be exclusive for one platform. I got to speak for myself, because if Hellblade 2 doesn't get the performance upgrades on PlayStation, then
you mean Hellblade 1?
Hellblade 2, well, Hellblade 1 or 2 doesn't matter, right? If
Hellblade 2 might not go to
two is not coming to play. Right.
Yeah.
Hellblade 1. If I'm confused now. So Hellblade 1 doesn't get the upgrades, then you're gonna miss out on a big performance and what that makes the game that much better. Like, it was so smooth playing at 120 FPS, man. It was just smooth. 100. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just glad they did it, because that's the one thing. Like games like Control before they got the update, and so many other games, these updates are necessary, y'all. So the more the better, especially for these next gen consoles that people paid all this money for. You want to give them all the reasons in the world to be happy, and updating these games is going to have to hold them over until these bangers come out.
Rome, from one thing that I have heard about Hellblade, the best way to experience playing it is with headphones.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think I heard of that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like did you even get Man of Medan or Little Hope?
I ain't getting neither one of them.
I think they won the PlayStation sale, to be honest with you.
Oh, really? I might have to check it out then.
But when you play those games, headphones are best.
Okay.
Now, granted, you might want to play it with the lights on. But you know my stupid little self is in a pitch black room with no lights on, scaring the hell out of myself with my headphones on. But that's one thing I heard, that in order to get really, really immersed into Hellblade, headphones are a must.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Now, if you got a banging ass surround sound system, like I got this home theater system that's crazy. I turn the power up and blow the roof off this biatch. So that's what I do. And with 2 subwoofers, Rome. I got 4 of them in here, but I only activate 2. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so it'd be crazy up in here, bro. Low frequencies, all that high everything is just crazy. So now, if you don't have headphones, you're still gonna have a realistic experience. It sounds like everything is around the room, in the room, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the one thing about the headphones, because there's so much ambience in the background of Hellblade that I've heard fuels the gameplay. Like you might hear voices,
like subtle whispers and shit. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, headphones is a must from what I've heard about Hellblade.
Okay.
Like I could tell you, playing Death Stranding, I like it with headphones.
Okay.
Versus just coming straight through my TV.
Okay.
And Storm, you're talking about me and my 8K and stuff. You forget, I don't even have 4K yet, okay?
And you know what, though? Don't you wish you had that 4K? I know you can get it. But don't you wish you had that 4K so you can see what the hell everybody keep talking about?
I don't know, maybe. I just don't think about it. I'm waiting on my TV to die, to be honest with you, because I calculated how old my TV is.
Don't wait for it to die. Just give it do something with it. Give it away. Sell it for the cheap. Like I sold mine for the cheap. I paid $1,200 for my Sony CRT, and I sold it to my cool Mexican homies across the hallway from me for $50. I gave it to them $50 because they was good people. Good people.
I mean, $50. Like, and my mom's trying to push off
like
her
300 pounds too. Trust me.
My mom trying to push off her 55-inch to me because she wants something bigger, and I'm like, Ma, I'm trying to get bigger myself. But so I think we aired everything about Hellblade, don't y'all?
I think it was very necessary.
Yes, and like I said, we brought up upsides and downsides because, like I said, if they're pushing this out because maybe Hellblade 2 isn't coming out to 2023, that might hurt some people's get them in the feels.
Like me.
Okay. But on the flip side, they could be doing this to test out aspects they want to put into Hellblade 2.
All I
So
know is that DX ray tracing is real. They talked about it, Bunny. They delivering these features out here, and hey, things are looking up and up for the green side.
yep. And we have Jemiah who's joined the chat. Hey Jemiah, how you doing? And we
What up,
got
Jamal?
L Boogie in the
El
chat.
Boogie
What's
Hey,
in the
going
Boogie.
building.
on?
What up,
We also
Jamal?
got
Hey,
Jamal
Boogie.
King up in here, man.
Oh, Jamal up in
Jamal
here. Yo,
King.
Jamal King.
Good.
Jamal.
What's up, y'all?
All right. So that's what's going on with that. So let's see here. That was an interesting topic. So, with us talking about an older game like Hellblade and
Yeah,
how it impacted our lives, like it impacted some people's gaming experiences. Okay, for some people, it opened up the whole mental health aspect to them to
yep.
show how some mental health people act.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it also gave a good game experience that's different than what some people would have played ever. Think about it like that also. Some people, when I saw Hellblade, I knew that was my type of game. But I'm not one of these people who play a bunch of shooters, a bunch of first person, a bunch of action games. I'm not that type of person. I play games that's on the slower caliber like that. Okay.
That's why. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Some people who's played Hellblade would have never even touched that game to begin with. Just
Mhm.
because of how it looks. Like let's be honest, Storm. Think about how your gaming style was 4 or 5 years ago. Would you have played Hellblade?
Yeah. Yes, I would
Okay.
have. Yes, I would have. Day one.
Okay.
Day one, because it's that type of it pushes the boundaries as far as technology and stuff, man. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm not even talking about the techno. Let's get past the technological aspect
You
of it.
talking story and stuff?
I'm talking about the story and the gameplay of it. Think
Still,
about it like
yes.
that.
Still,
Okay.
yes. First day
Rome,
one. Day one.
I know you've already said that you tried it. You really couldn't get into it 5
Mhm.
years ago or whatever. But now you're older now.
Mhm. I think I'm gonna give it another go for sure.
Rome, if you don't care about 30 and 60, you might be all right. If you care about 30 and 60, then you might say, the
And
performance is just not where I
you're
need it to
thinking
be.
about
Yeah.
reach five,
Yeah.
4 or 5.
You know
I'm
what's
not talking about
crazy,
like the
Storm?
performance. I'm talking about the gameplay. Because me, go
Oh
for
no,
it, Ro.
no, my bad. No, I was gonna say, you know what's
Uh-huh.
crazy is that I'm cut a little different, but that might be because I'm just so used to consoles. So 30 frames don't really bother me on most games, especially games like Hellblade, because you know how slow it is anyways.
Yeah,
But
that's
you know what I mean. But like sometimes I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I need 60 frames. So if it's like maybe sports games, I do think that Forza Horizon do an amazing job running that game at 30 frames. It's so smooth that it almost to me passes for higher frames just because of how smooth that game runs. But yeah, for the most part,
yeah.
30
Now,
30 just don't bother me that much like it
right.
doesn't.
So if Ratchet and Clank didn't have a 60 mode, a performance mode, it has a performance mode, right? I
Mhm.
haven't touched it. All right. If it didn't have that, would you be a little disappointed?
Not at all. As a matter of fact,
Because
I
that's when I could
played
see
Miles
myself playing.
Morales
I
at
could see
30.
myself playing that at 30 because they're so damn beautiful and technical. I love it.
Right. I'm a graphics for it too. Like I probably
Me
I would
too.
probably choose graphics over frames, if it's smooth. Like if the experience is smooth, if it's choppy, then
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't. But like yeah, like games like Ratchet, Spider-Man. I played Miles Morales in 30, like,
Yep.
and it was
Destiny
like no
1.
problem. Yeah,
Most hours I ever put in the game besides PUBG, 30
yeah,
FPS when it first dropped or when it
yeah.
dropped. Still to this day might be 30. Shit.
Right.
Destiny
I,
1.
I do need 60 frames for first person. Like I could never play Call of Duty in 30 frames. Like never,
Yes, sir.
especially like online. There's no way in hell I could do it. So yeah, definitely. I definitely know the significance and importance of it, but I think 30 can get a pass on some of these games. Like
Yeah, but see, I thought that until I saw. See, we said we was done, Bunny, but it's hard to let it go, man. Now you talking performance. Look, I told y'all when I tried the 120 hertz mode, it cleared everything up because you can see all the imperfections when you pan that camera. When you turn that camera looking for whatever, looking to see where you're going and everything, you looking at the background is blurry as hell. That's not a pleasant sight. Now, Bunny talks about what makes her sick, y'all. I've talked about that's what makes me sick and queasy. Looking at the background and it's blurry as hell. So if I expect to look out there in the distance and everything like real life, if I turn my head, it doesn't get blurry. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking out there because of my vision or whatever, right? So I expect it to be solid on these games too. So it throws my brain for a loop.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that too.
And Stardust is in the house. Hey,
Yo, what up,
Starry, how
Stardust?
you feeling? I hope
Dirt
you're doing
Griggity is
better.
up also up in here. Project
Yes.
Game.
What's
What up,
up,
Dirt?
Dirt? What's going on? Hello, Project Kill. So yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. And even I understand the reasoning behind like the 30 frames and the 60 frames and things like that. But for me, I don't notice it that much. Like if I notice the frame rates of a game being bad, that shit's got to be bad.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, like we were talking about how Witcher 3 runs on the Switch. I have a game that when it first dropped on the Switch, it was even worse graphics than that. Hold on a sec, guys. Go ahead and continue talking.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what it comes down to, man. Rome. If you jump back into Hellblade, bro, real stuff, man. The experience is gonna be great. You're right. The game is slow enough, that you could play it. But I had to turn the sensitivity up. When I'm playing at 120 FPS in performance mode on the Series X, though, I don't have to worry about turning the sensitivity up because 120 hertz naturally smooths out everything and it makes everything feel faster, man. If y'all know what I'm talking about. If you gained at 120 hertz, you know what I'm saying. It just makes everything feel more buttery so you don't feel like you need to turn the sensitivity up.
And see, and that's the one thing, like, and I'm sorry, I am back, y'all. That was just my mama calling me, y'all. But like, I noticed, like, neither one of you play Splatoon, and Rome, I have got to get you into Splatoon.
Yeah, because I got it. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
You need to load it into your system. You need to load it into your system, update it completely, and then we're going to figure out a day and a night or something to play it, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and charge your Pro Controller.
Okay.
Now, like, and the reason I'm bringing up Splatoon is with the gyro controls, sometimes it moves way too fast for me. I have to cut down my sensitivity because it's moving so fast that my eyes can't keep up with it.
Right.
Okay. And that's when you're using gyro controls because you can set your sensitivity for those gyro controls to super sensitive. Okay. And I had to tone my sensitivity down a lot for it because it was moving way too fast for me. And that might be the reason why, like, I notice like the frames per second, but 30 frames don't bother me because my eyes can keep up with it.
Yeah.
So those are just some factors about like games and things like that. Like I said, for me, I don't know. Like people are like, well, what if Animal Crossing was 60 frames per second? Animal Crossing is not a game you need 60 frames per second.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Right.
People were complaining about Yoshi being 30 frames per second, saying it should be 60 frames per second.
Hey, let me say this. Yoshi, is it side scrolling, the one they're talking about, or 3D or whatever?
It's a 3D side scrolling.
Okay, well then, if you can see any kind of imperfections like blurriness and all that, it should be 60. That's all I say.
Let me put it to you like this. The graphics are made to look like cardboard.
Doesn't matter.
No, but my point is here's my point about it, okay? Yoshi isn't targeting us. They made that game for the little kids who are 4 and 5 running around screaming, Yoshi's pooping out eggs, mommy.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes I understand the fight about 60 frames per second. I completely and utterly understand it. But sometimes when the fight happens over silliness, like I said, Yoshi is not a game for me. Okay. Kirby's All-Star Allies. I used to love Kirby as a child. Now that I'm an adult, I'm sitting here like, Kirby's not for me. But I'm not gonna dog it. Okay. But some games, yes, you definitely need that. But other games, don't waste your breath on it because the game isn't targeting you.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, Sean L says that Splatoon 2 stole a year of my life. Yes, Sean, I am waiting on Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is a day one for me. And if they have a controller to match it, day one for me. I have the Splatoon 2 Pro controller. Um, Roger says, I wish Serious Sam had 180p, 60 frames per second mode.
You see the 1080p, not 180p. Now, come on, now that's too low, Bunny. That's lower
I
than
thought I said
that's lower
1080p.
than the Switch. That's lower than the Switch.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
So
sorry,
you said
y'all.
180p. Nah, it's all good though. I know what you meant. 1080p,
Mhm.
60 FPS. See, and that's what I'm saying. Serious Sam. But see, that's a shooter. But see, even games, anything. All right, when it comes to 120 FPS and 60 FPS, there's a difference in latency. So if you're moving anything on a screen, if you're moving anything, side scrolling, 3D, whatever, don't matter, right? VR, the higher FPS is just going to benefit you. Just like 4K resolution is going to benefit you over 1080p as far as clarity of text and draw distance and all that stuff, man. So, but we can move on. We could, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so let's move on here. Let's talk about how, and this is something that you, me, a lot of us have talked about how mobile gaming is on an uptick.
Right.
And and here's how I feel about it, right?
Okay.
Like, consoles are trying to tap into that mobile market. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of it, the mobile gamers are in love with their phones. They're not
Right,
interested in sitting on their TV.
right.
They want to sit in their car driving down the road playing a few levels of Candy Crush. So let me get this article up here for us.
Yeah, because I saw a statistic that's pretty interesting, man, as far as female gamers go.
Uh-huh. And we'll talk about that when we get this up here. Cuz was the statistic in this article also?
I know it was in the one that I dropped for you.
Yeah, the mobile gaming on track to surpass 120 billion spent in 2021.
Yeah, that's definitely something on my mind that I have to say about it. But yeah, go ahead.
So why don't you get to talking about it and then we'll go from there.
All right. So basically, it's just we don't have to read the whole thing. Of course, it's just
Mm-mm.
saying how giving you the breakdown. Of course, we've heard that mobile gaming is huge because it's so
Mhm.
convenient. A lot of people have cell phones, and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And it basically was talking about the mobile industry as we entered COVID and stuff and the effects that COVID had on it, and people were playing games more, of course, like we know. People were playing games and buying electronics like crazy or trying to get their hands on it during the pandemic. But it's talking about so much stuff. But if you go down to the part I was talking about, that kind of, I wasn't surprised, but I have a lot to
Gender
say.
gaps.
Yeah, when it comes to the gender gaps and stuff, right?
Yep.
So
Mhm.
mobile gaming, I says mobile game usage in the United States learns most heavily toward, leans most heavily toward female users. 64% of users are female, right? The only
Mhm.
reasons where there are more male than female gamers on mobile are Japan and South Korea. Now,
Mhm.
of course, Candy Crush, you just brought it up. I could see a lot of females playing games like those.
Mhm.
Some probably still enjoy solitaire and any game that's simple to jump into, like when they're getting, things done, like their feet done,
Mhm.
whatever the case is. But I also thought about, the fact that I wonder if it's easier for female gamers to jump on these games because if you know what kind of BS sometimes that female gamers go through when they jump on consoles and PC. They try to interact with the community and all that stuff. Now I was thinking about that too, but the whole overall picture is that mobile gaming is the truth. Like you can't deny it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I laughed at it a couple times. I'm like, man, mobile gaming. I'm a real gamer, man. I got a PC. I got a you know what I'm saying? I got Stadia that's doing outperforming mobile games. What the hell am I gonna do with a mobile game? You know, so I've been that dude before, but I understand the whole overall picture now, and I see why mobile gaming is taking off, and that fuel is gonna be ignited for real when you talk about cloud and all that stuff, Bunny. That's the big part, Rome, y'all. When you talk about xCloud and all that, and all these services coming to these mobile devices that people already have, that's gonna skyrocket the whole mobile sector even further.
Yeah.
So, Ron, what are your thoughts on it? And then I'll talk about it.
I'm with Storm on that, man. I think that especially if they make these games, accessible like they already are, and it appeals to like a casual audience, even people who aren't into games, they might, it could definitely be a gateway, an excellent gateway into, for people to get into gaming for real. So I definitely see what you're talking about. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Now, like I said, I've always talked about how mobile games are, but you got to think about like the statistic here about the gender gaps. Think about it like this, guys. Like you're saying, how it leans more toward female users with the mobile gaming.
Right.
Think about it like this. It's a mom sitting outside the school waiting on her kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to do a few levels of something. Here's how do you want to know when I realized mobile gaming was a lot bigger than we thought it was? So you guys know I'm like heavy into my visual novels and stuff like that, right? There's this one company called Voltage. Okay. All their all their visual novels started on on phones.
Right.
I was reading them on my tablet. Okay. You buy chapters of this, that, and the other. Okay. Here's what happened. On the Nintendo Switch, Voltage has brought most of their mobile games to the Switch.
I can see why.
To draw that mobile console experience to a console. I mean, that mobile handheld phone experience to a console.
That was gonna be my next point. Go ahead.
My thing is I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I double dipped when I saw some of them on the Switch that I didn't own, because it's actually cheaper to buy them on the Switch than if you buy them on mobile. Okay. Even with the DLC and stuff, it's still cheaper to buy them on the Switch than it is on the mobile. Trust me, I spent tons on the mobile for one game. Okay. But that's one thing, like that's one area where the Switch is kind of excelling at. Like there's even like they've done like statistics and stuff that shows that more females in some areas play Switch than any other console. And it's probably because a lot of these mobile games are actually going right to Switch. Okay? The Switch is gaining that mobile market right onto the Switch.
Yeah.
So that's something you gotta think about. Like, I play a lot of my visual novels and stuff. Is it Axis Gaming? Axis Games. They're in, I believe, California. They're a localization company.
Yeah.
They did Deathmark.
Yep.
Okay. They're a localization company. Right now, they import in from Asia a lot of the Atomi semi-mobile games and port them to the Switch. And they're only going to Switch. Like they're not going to PS4 or PS5 and stuff like that. And some of my friends who play Xbox and PS4, PS5 are upset because they can't get these games there. They have to get a Switch to get these games. But some consoles are doing more with getting mobile games from the cell phone and then allowing crossplay between cell phones and the Switch.
That's amazing.
There's one game I have on my Switch. I can't remember it, but me and Tronny, we were cross playing it. She was playing it on her cell phone, and I was playing it on the Switch, and we were playing together.
Raw.
So that's some things that we got to look at also. Yeah, mobile gaming is making a big money amount, but we got to think about it like this. Does that 120 billion only come from like cell phones and tablets, or are they also including the games that get ported to the Switch and bought on the Switch?
I don't know. I think they left that out.
Or even bought on, like Genshin Impact was a cell phone game. You see my point?
Yeah, I think they left the Switch out only because they would be saying handheld console. But I do want to segue to two. I do want to segue to two, though.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like I said, mobile gaming is a lot bigger than we thought it was, and some of these consoles are beginning to see that, and they're trying to grab that mobile market right into their console.
Yeah, well, are you done? Because I want to throw something at y'all. Right now, we're talking mobile gaming. And I love one thing that I learned about my phone, right? I know some of y'all got the iPhones. I ain't mad. My wife has it. My son has the iPhone. I have the S21, Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G, right? This phone, I had an old phone. I wanted my phone to die, like you, Bunny. You know how you want your TV to die, or just give you to go get another. You want your Switch to die so you can get that OLED and all that. Like I wanted my phone to die. That mug would not die, y'all. It would not die. It was still like the cord was all ripped up and everything, the charge cable and all that stuff, man. It wouldn't die. So finally, I said, man, let me just get this S21. Yo, the features in this phone, these phones these days is crazy. Now I came from S6. I'm not even ashamed to say it. X6, whatever the big one was, plus whatever it was at the time. And I was just like, whatever, man. I could have upgraded so many times, man. But I didn't because I was waiting on that 5G advancement. Not the first wave of 5G phones, second wave or whatever, right? I wanted that real, true, updated technology. So if I wanted to play Stream Stadia or whatever on my phone, I could do that. xCloud, whatever the case, right? I knew I was going to be able to do it better than I was doing it on my old phone. Now, with that being said, you talking 120 hertz, y'all. I didn't know the phone had 120 hertz screen or whatever the case is. So I'm up here like, all right, it's a phone. I'm never going to take advantage of 70% of the. I'll probably use 15% of the features on this phone the whole time that I have it, right? And it's amazing that they're implementing 120 hertz. You're gonna hear soon that phones have 240 hertz screens and stuff in the very near future, y'all, because everything is gonna be easily migrated or blended together. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like you want to play at a high level on your phone. Okay, cool. You want to play at a high level on a handheld PC, Steam Deck. And this is what I'm saying, like Steam Deck and Switch and so many of these handheld devices are very important because they're going to be playing dual roles. They're going to be playing multiple roles or whatever, multi-roles or whatever you want to say, multi-role, multifaceted, whatever you want to term it as. It's going to be crazy because they're going to have different jobs.
They're already doing it. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's going to be even more prevalent with true cloud game. I had to throw that cloud dynamic in because a lot of people still don't really know what cloud gaming is like that at a high level. So I had to throw that out there so you all can start thinking about the fact that pretty soon you're gonna be playing AAA games with ray tracing. AMD already said they're about to have ray tracing on smartphones, man. Now that's crazy. Go ahead.
And Sean L, I highlighted his message here. He's like, my wife never played games before COVID. All of a sudden, she found the mobile version of Animal Crossing and went crazy with it. Okay.
Yeah, I believe.
And that's what Nintendo was hoping. Like the mobile version of Animal Crossing's been out for some years. Okay. But a lot of people who fell in love with the mobile version when Animal Crossing came out to Switch, they were some of those 30 plus million that
Yeah.
rushed out to buy it. You know?
Mhm.
And that's what some of these companies are doing. They're letting you get hooked on the mobile versions of these games, and then all of a sudden, hey, the game is out on a console and people are flocking to get the consoles. It's an interesting concept. It's
It is.
very interesting. And Storm, I want to bring up this point with what you're saying about 240 hertz screens and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, in the
Think about
future.
it like this. Those same companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those exact same companies are looking at this article, okay? And they're like, oh, 120 billion. I want my phone to be part of that 120 billion. I
Absolutely.
want to make some of that revenue. So what do we have to do to get our phones to start making some of that $120 billion revenue?
Yes. And you know what companies like Stadia and xCloud and Luna and all of them are thinking right now, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
How can we get cloud gaming on as many of these devices or endpoints as they call them?
Mhm.
How can we get our product in the hands of all of these gamers that we're talking about right now that's included in that 120 plus billion?
Mm-hmm.
That's projected to be more in just a couple years, you know? A
And
lot
even
more.
and to be honest with you, they don't even have to do like big AAA games because you gotta think about it like this, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's up here talking about big AAA games and this, that, and the other. Candy Crush ain't no big fucking AAA game.
Yeah.
And look at how many fucking people play Candy Crush.
But here's
How many
something.
places have you been and you heard that damn chime of Candy Crush?
A
Like
lot.
crazy.
I
A
mean,
lot.
you
Crazy.
don't even, some of these companies, they don't even have to do something huge just to tap into that market. Like I said, my visual novels, Voltage, all those were on mobile devices first.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I bought a few on mobile devices because I got addicted to them. And then they all moved to Switch. And guess what? It's like I go into my Switch once a month, look to see what games have come out for Voltage, and put them on my wish list until I buy them. So that's the thing. They're making money two ways. Like I said, and we gotta wonder how many more mobile games. Because, like I said, we know Genshin Impact moved to PlayStation 4. It's not on Switch yet, but it's on PlayStation 4. I don't know if it ever went to Xbox or not. But how many of the, and look at how many free to play games have started coming to the consoles.
That's
True.
concerning though.
True.
Yeah.
Because remember, a lot of mobile games are free to play.
Mhm.
Like Halo Infinite is going to be free to play. Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, is going to be free to play.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
That
And
think about how
that's
much money that's going to bring in.
and that's a concern to be honest, because I kind of don't want that cell phone culture, free to play culture over to consoles. Because I feel like that it will water down the quality of games, and I could be wrong, but I know it worked out for Fortnite and some other games, but I just feel like if this becomes the norm, like with Ubisoft trying to go that route too, I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I want to, be on board for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I could
I
dig where
just
you're
hope
coming
it
from.
don't be the norm. Yeah.
I see it, I can see it on the flip side that, again, I keep talking cloud, man. Cloud, where you don't have to worry about that, Rome, because
Mhm.
through cloud, these experiences, they will keep up with consoles and PC, you know what I mean, in
Mhm.
the cloud. As the cloud advances and all that stuff, the cloud space advances and technology gets up there on the level that that's up there with consoles and stuff. We won't have to worry about it being watered down. Now, I think we have more concern. We should be more concerned with these lower end consoles
Mhm.
holding us back than anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not.
That's
Now,
true.
yeah, I know that's a real big discussion. Now, I'm not just making this up out of thin air. But
Mhm.
an Xbox One would hold back an Xbox Series X in most cases. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So much
yeah.
so that they can't put certain games on that console going forward. Like big time titles is upcoming. You know what I'm saying? That's really upcoming with ray tracing and other features, right? They just can't. You're gonna have to stream that kind of stuff. Like it's just not gonna be capable. So
Now, let me
I can
ask you
see all
this
that too.
question.
Go
Let me
ahead.
ask you this question. What if these free to play games start filtering into the cloud space?
Well, if it does, that would be advantageous. It would be a good thing to me, and I can see the positives and negatives in just about everything. I do
Mm-hmm.
understand where Rome is coming from, but I can understand from the company, the developer, the industry, and all that standpoint. Like, okay, we get more gamers playing because now they can afford this game because it's free to jump in. They play as
Right.
much as they want. They see if they like it. Now we just probably pulled in many more gamers who could never afford a console. There's still a lot
Right.
of them out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
by it being so many millions of people billions of people who can't possibly afford or just choose not to buy a console for whatever reason. Some people don't like to have a console on their entertainment stand. It just don't look right. You have people like that in the world. But if
Right.
but if they could, if they could play another type of way or jump in free to play, and experience these games like in the cloud space or something like that. It just on their mobile phone that they're going to be holding on the couch any damn way. They're going to have it at the restaurant anyway. They're going to have it at the movie theater watching the movie that they don't care about anyway. Hop on the cloud and see and it's not just like the future of the cloud is going to dominate everything else or kill off everything else. If it happens, it happens, but that's not what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing is this is just going to be another dope way to play. Where if Rome wanted to play me on Madden, and Madden 23 has crossplay, Rome doesn't have to. Rome, you had football practice or something wrong. All right, cool, man. You ain't got to be home. Boot up right now, bro. We can play one half right now while you're chilling on the sideline, and we can boot up and we can play a game of Madden. I like the appeal of that, man.
Nah, that aspect of it I think is cool. I think
Yeah.
now as far as the tech part of it, I'm not concerned about it because I think it's amazing and I think it'll work well. It's more
Yep.
so the business tactics. I think the manipulative tactics that these companies will do in order to get people to spend money. So,
Yeah.
there might be some sort of nerfing going on here or some rubber banding going on with these games in order to get you to spend money. Whatever these how these companies do, man. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's my concern when it comes to these to these free to play models. It's that part of it, not necessarily the technical side. I think game's gonna look and run amazing,
Yeah.
through streaming and all that for sure. But it's just, I just don't want it to be where, in order for me to play you, Storm, my bad.
Yeah.
In order
Nah,
for me
you
to
good.
play
You good, bro.
you, I have to, you know, spend, $4.99 in order to do it. You know what I mean? In order
Yeah.
to pick up where the game left off. And I know these are all hypotheticals, but
Mm-hmm.
those are my concerns. I just don't want it to just, because it's already out of hand. It'll get really nuts if this, if it becomes like the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they're gonna curb the advantageous part. Like now, you notice
I
they be
hope
giving
so.
people skins and stuff like that. It used to be
Mhm.
weapons way back. You get this weapon right here. You do this. You
Mhm.
unlock that. Like you know, but now I think it's more cosmetic. I think they learned that
Okay.
consumers just ain't having it, man. So
Oh,
it's
good.
interesting either all the way around. Rome is
Hmm.
definitely an interesting take, bro, because industry trends they do. People do like it's like football, like NFL, man. A
Hmm.
copycat league, man, and you know that companies will copy each other. They feel like one is gotten a leg up in the race, you know.
Hmm. You're right.
And Harry Tron is in the building. Hello,
Hey,
Hey,
Harry. How
Sean, what
you
up, bro?
doing? He said, Angry Birds, Plants vs. Zombies was big on mobile, then it was ported to consoles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, those were games,
Hell, they
and
made a movie out of Angry Bird.
yeah,
hmm I mean, there's so many different versions of Angry Birds now.
Right,
It isn't funny,
right.
but yeah, that's a huge thing. Mobile is getting bigger than anybody probably ever anticipated. Even the mobile market might not even have anticipated getting that big.
Hmm.
And now it's filtering into gaming, where mobile games are coming to consoles.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But I kind of like that though, y'all. I kind of like that. It's kind of blending. It's kind of like creating that the melting pot, so to speak, man. You know what I mean?
I
It's kind of
mean,
like getting everybody involved.
So you don't
like
think it
for
would
me,
impact the quality?
It could, but they're giving you so many options these days to circumvent quality issues and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, but now I get what Rome. Now we done talked, and I done heard you. Yeah, I heard your take 100 times, and I respect it 100,000%. Right? I
Appreciate you.
know what you're saying. I know what your fear is because that's why we are in a lot of different predicaments now that we haven't been in a long time. We're facing issues all the time. You know what I'm saying? People have problems with so many things, increased prices of games, and you got two sides to everything. How these publishers are operating in house and all that stuff. Man, there's so many things going on, bro. But when it comes to straight up like breaking barriers and stuff like that, man, because these companies right now, they know that there's a billion. They realize somehow they realize that there's billions more people that they haven't reached yet. And I read this article from this interview from Jack Tretton. Used to be, Jack, Jack, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like Jack's thoughts on the industry and how it can grow. I'm talking about much larger than it is right now. It's gonna be through. He was trying to figure out where the industry should head, but I could see it easily being like the cloud and mobile and stuff like that, man. It's just bringing this thing full circle and allowing gamers to play against each other and with each other through cross-play and other features like that. That's what I see ultimately is the way gaming is going to get there.
Okay.
I mean, for me, affecting the quality of gaming, it really all depends on the game. Like, I read a lot of visual novels. Okay. Sometimes, like I said, like from Voltage, I've bought a few on my phone, on my cell phone. You know, when they got ported to the Switch, it's the exact same thing, the exact same game. I'm just paying less money for it now. It was no difference in quality from my tablet to my Switch because of the type of game it is.
Right.
Now, when you start getting it all boils down to the type of game, whether it's going to affect the performance of gaming. Do you agree with that, Storm, or would you say no?
Let me get that one more time. What'd you say?
I was saying that I think depending on how it affects gaming, like the quality of gaming, I think it depends on the type of game it is.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like with me with Voltage, when they moved it from like the tablets and everything to the Switch,
Yeah.
it's the same game. There was no quality issue with porting it to the Switch. So I think it boils down to if it's going to affect the quality of gaming, it all depends on what the game is and the type of game it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't see them being able to port down to mobile like that, unless mobile gets substantial technology gains and all that stuff. Man, they would have to get some serious upgrades and stuff to these phones, and consider battery life and all this stuff. I don't know, Rome, that we have to really worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, that head start is going to come from the cloud infrastructure. That's where mobiles are going to be able to get on higher grounds. Because think about this: you have apps already that's in your phones that you can download, that you could cast to TVs, stream like Dex or whatever. You can stream right to TV. I had Stadia running from my phone right to my TV, like over the air. And stuff like that. It's just these are the things that they're going to probably try to perfect in the future to make all of this stuff possible, so it won't really be an issue. So I think we're still going to be able to see the next level experiences that we want, Rome, and because the companies have been more vocal now, saying how they could see, they've been transparent, saying, hey, Microsoft saying, yo, this console is just not going to be able to do it. Before, you wasn't hearing them talk like that. It was the developers talk like that. Now the companies themselves are saying, man, we need to be able to, we can't, it's just not possible going forward, So it's interesting, bro. It's something to keep an eye on, y'all.
Definitely. Because real quick, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the new Assassin's Creed coming out or the next Assassin's Creed? And aren't they trying to make that free to play?
I heard something like
I heard inklings about that where they're talking about it's going to be a free to play model, which means you're going to probably have to buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that rumor that they're looking into it or something.
Yeah, see, I'm concerned about that. Especially games like that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Well,
I get you. I get where Storm coming from, man. For real, I
Yeah.
do. I'm actually glad that you said that because it actually, the way you say it makes sense and it actually eases me a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, because they know that if these companies want to sell phones, Rome, they can't make all of them $1,200-$1,300. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this S21, man. They can't do that if they're trying to really continue to get a lot of, like, I heard rumors that these phones, these S20s and 21s are not selling as hot as they wanted them to, as hot as Samsung wanted them to or whatever. So hey, you got to do something. So
and I think some some cell phone, was it T-Mobile or something, was talking about cloud gaming. And I think mentioned Stadia in their advertisement, I
yeah.
think.
Oh yeah. No. Whoa. Was definitely. I'm glad you said it because I was gonna bring it up. See, in Rome, that is another. See, money, y'all. This is another thing that, again, it's a clear indicator of what these companies are gonna be doing. Like, they're gonna be working with these ISPs. They're gonna be, partnering with these ISPs. Like, I just saw this big streamer. I forgot who it was, man. This big, like, this dude had over either 500 and something thousand subscribers or 700 and something thousand, talking about the partnership between AT&T and Stadia. So it's kind of like, that is true, money. That's going to be happening a whole lot more, man. And they're going to be breaking down these barriers that people were worried about when it comes to data caps and all that stuff. So it's going to be easier for more and more people to game, man. I think that's a good thing in the end. Could be bad too, because then you're going to introduce a whole lot of fools who don't need to be on these mics and stuff again. That's for
And
real.
then let me look in the chat here. We have King Post saying, "What's cracking? Hello." Also,
Ken
Storm, your co-host, Stadia
Stadia
Revolution's in the
Revolution,
house.
half of the Revolutionary Storm.
Where can you guys find the Revolutionary Storm at? What days, times, whatnot?
You can find it on my channel this Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, man. We talk all things gaming, but more heavily Stadia in the cloud. We break down everything, though. We don't just talk. We don't just raise the flag for Stadia. That's not what we do. We don't cap hard for Stadia. That's never going to be the case. But what we do is try to, like, extinguish a lot of the doubts and stuff like that, and just the inaccurate statements and thoughts and dialogue that people be out there having about cloud, who's never touched a controller. You know what I mean? At least I could respect my bro right here on the panel with us, Rome, who I never thought, Bunny, did you ever think that Rome would have touched a controller? I give this dude so much respect for even trying it, and I knew he'd keep it real, bro. And I tell people all the time, don't expect Rome to be over here in the Stadia community. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening.
Let me tell you a thing about Rome.
Because Rome took a little bit of heat from the haters and the dummies too. You know what I'm saying? The dummies too, I gotta say.
Rome has always done that. And here's the thing, right? With Rome, I have noticed Rome changing.
Rome said,
no,
okay, I want to hear this.
No. What I'm saying is you're now more open to trying different things. Right. Like, I wouldn't have never thought you would got a Switch.
Right. Yep.
I wouldn't have never. When you told me you were getting a Switch, I was like, what?
I was like, what too?
I mean, and that's the thing. But then when you started playing it, I remember you coming to me like, well, damn, this is better than what everybody's out here talking about.
Right.
And I think from that experience of you getting the Switch and trying all these games, I was like, well, damn, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think that's made you open up more to trying new things.
Definitely. Yep. You're right.
Because
definitely right.
Like I said, when me and Rome first met, Rome wasn't even a Switch.
Not at all.
Would laugh his fucking Rome couldn't understand how I was only rocking a Switch. Okay, he couldn't understand it, and then finally, I don't even know what caused you to get a Switch. You just
I can't
told me
remember.
huh?
I said I can't remember either. I know
All
I
I
was
know is
politely
you was
wrong though.
like you came to me asking me all these questions about the Switch, and then you told me you bought one.
Yep,
And I think it was Luigi's Mansion. Was it
it was.
Luigi's?
It was, and that
Okay,
had me. Yep.
okay, and then you were like, "Oh my god, this game is so beautiful," and then you were like, "Wait a minute, this console's better than what the all these
Yep.
articles and all these news places and all this is saying." You're like, "Wow, this
Yep.
console, yeah, for what it is, it's really
Mhm.
good."
Mhm.
And then,
Now,
like I said, after that, I started noticing Rome started changing how some of his thought perceptions was about.
let me hold on. Did
Uh
she cut
oh.
out? I think she just bought
I
it
think
out
she
real
did.
quick. Yeah, it
Mhm.
happens on my PC too. It's a PC thing, y'all. Windows,
Okay.
bad Windows or something. She'll be
Oh,
back. All right,
not,
you cut out for a minute. Repeat that. Repeat that.
yeah. Oh, I was. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead. You cut out for a
Oh,
second.
I
So
was saying that after Rome started seeing that like all these news publications wasn't as right as they thought it was about the Switch and things like that, he started expanding his knowledge of gaming.
mm-hmm.
And that's one reason why I think he decided to give Stadia a try.
But that's why I respect him in the comment section. I said, yo, you can say whatever you want. You can say it's trash, whatever, because you earned the right to say it. You touched the controller.
Hmm.
Even if you
I
played for an
appreciate
hour,
it.
you got a chance to experience it. And guess what Rome said? The technology is interesting or whatever he said, right? The technology is
Hmm.
there and all that. However, I can't see it being like I'm just paraphrasing. I can't see it being like a thing for me or people with data caps and other issues. I remember you breaking that down, right, Ron? So the one thing I said was,
Where Rome go?
"Oh, he'll be back. He probably cut out for a minute, but that's the
He
one thing."
dropped off. What are you talking about? Cut
Oh
out.
yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. Well, look, that's what I'm saying though. Look, but Bunny, check it out. But check it out though. StreamYard makes it easy for anybody to rejoin, you know.
I
But
know, I know.
so check it because I thought we were gonna lose me during the thunderstorm, but it passed on. So, but Rome said earlier in this show, I don't know if you caught it. Yeah, I don't know if he was looking at Cleveland Browns stats or whatever on Madden, the player ratings or whatever, but he said he would consider getting an Xbox. Now, let me tell you what that mean to me. If they had what he wants and all that stuff, right? But he's always
Hmm.
said that he is not the gamer that's gonna sit there and just cap for a company. Just
Hmm.
like he's not about the brand, he's loyal to the I
He
guess,
wants the games.
yeah, the games and all the experience and all that stuff, man. But he can say it like himself, you know. But here's the thing: he said that, and if you think about it these days, though, how much credibility do you have talking about another platform if you can't even touch the controller? If you can't even experience
Hmm.
some of the games that you talking trash about? Like, that's what I wanted to say to everybody out here because I used to be on that side of the fence, man. Xbox for life. That used to be me from the beginning.
Hmm.
PlayStation was trash. Splinter Cell looked better on Xbox. Other games look better on Xbox. I've been there before, so I know how it feels. I've been in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And so have many
Hmm.
of you in the chat. I know Rev has. So, but when it comes down to it, ultimately, though, how much credibility does one have if they like me? I held the Switch in my hands. I didn't try it thoroughly like I should have, Bunny, but I held it and I
Hmm.
played a little bit of games on it. My Project Kill, his son has one. We were at a basketball game. My son got exposed to the Switch, realized that he liked it, but it wasn't for him. He never asked me for one. He was a PlayStation dude. Got him a
Hmm.
PlayStation PS4. All right, so but you got to be able to touch these devices. You got to be able to touch the controllers and stuff before you can really come out there and say something negative, fully negative about these platforms, man. And that's how I feel
And
about it.
And welcome back, Rome.
Thank
And
you.
there's another side of it also. First off, Andrew, it's been so long since I've seen you. Hi,
Right. It's
Andrew.
been
Wrong
a minute.
Yeezy in the
And Ron
building.
Yeezy's in here. Hey, what's going
Yeah,
on?
that's a celebrity right there. I'm trying to
Uh,
tell you. You know, if you don't know, you
so,
better look him up. Wrong Yeezy.
so here's and like when you were saying earlier, Rome said that he might get an Xbox to try something. But you also got to think about it like this, Storm.
Yeah.
you can't. Not everybody's just going to go out and buy everything when it comes out.
That's true.
Like, look at me. Look at how long it took me to get a PlayStation 4.
Yep.
Okay. Some people in Rome is starting to get like this also, where you got to show me something I really, really want before I drop that money on it.
You gotta show me something. Right.
Okay, I mean that's the thing. Like I remember. I think when me and Rome first met, like we had seen each other in Twitter Space and commented and everything. But I think I commented on one of his videos because he was talking about how he bought the Series X, not the Series X, but the One X.
Right.
And then nothing came out, and he was like, "Man, I feel like I've been robbed."
Hell yeah.
Because nothing new had came out for it. And I was like, so you got hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Oh, man.
And
I had one too. You lost money again.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like that One X is a marvelous, and I mean a marvelous piece of tech, bro. One of the consoles.
So much so that they had to kill it off, man, in my opinion.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like with you, Storm, you're really looking forward towards the Steam Deck because you have a Steam library. Okay, yeah, I can play my Steam library on the go. I don't have a Steam library, so I don't care about the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And there's the difference between why I care about the Steam Deck and why I don't care about the Steam Deck. Okay. Nelson Gamer said I got robbed buying a 1X2 with no lube.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then because they only supported it for what? 2 years? It seemed 2.5 years. 2.5 years before they said that
canceled that shit.
I couldn't believe when you announced that they stopped production that quick of the 1X, man. And I just knew it once we talked about it. Remember, we talked about it here. And we talked about it on Spam Punks and everything, Bunny. And it was just so crazy to me that I knew right then and there that the 1X was probably going to be more powerful than the Series S or as powerful as the S. You know what I mean?
And wait a minute, after the 1X launched, did they even when did they launch Gears 5? Was that after the 1X or right before the 1X?
It was right after the 1X.
I mean, that was like the only thing, and like I said, a lot of people rushed out to buy the 1X, and then they felt like, man, I got bamboozled here, and that's the one thing I always say. I said, yeah, all these consoles and everything look great on paper,
right?
But wait until they show you what it can actually do.
But Gears is one of those few games that did show us what it could do because it was running. They had certain features that they turned on that was higher than what was than PC Ultra. I think.
But here's the thing, Storm. People got it to play Gears, but then what else did they have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the part that pissed people
off. Old
off.
games, just like right now. I was surprised about the Series X, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for real, though. Go ahead, Ron.
I was gonna say what really got me into buying the 1X was I was sold on the power. So I'm hearing 6 teraflops. How much RAM was in it? It was like
so
12,
more
than the PS4.
9. It was 9 or something. 9 or something at the time. 9, yeah. It was at least 9.
Yeah,
9 to 12. Yeah.
12 gigs of RAM. It's like 6. I think it was 6 teraflops. It was just so much more powerful on paper than the PS4 Pro. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so these third-party games gonna really like destroy, and that's what I really thought. And then I seen a difference, and it was a difference. Yes, it was, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't mind-blowing. Look at it.
Yeah, it wasn't mind-blowing. It was like, okay, I could have did this on a PS4 Pro. Like and I was just sick about it.
And wrong for me. I have videos highlighting it right now on the channel. How I was like, I made a video titled something like the PS4 Pro more powerful than the Xbox One X or something like that. Or I think I even might have put the Series X in there at the time. I was so pissed off, right? So because Ghost of Tsushima and all them had dropped. I played Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, and all them in that video. Ratchet and Clank, all of them, man. And title after title was showing me reasons why the PS4 Pro was still more running games better or more looking better than the 1X that I had. That I spent $500 on. So I was feeling some type of way, man. And then the Series X dropped, and I was like, okay, here it is. I'm telling Bunny is up here like, Storm, wait a minute now. I ain't be careful. Don't get your hopes up too high. You gotta wait for this shit to drop. Her and Tronny in there. I'm like, man, what the hell do y'all know? I'm going hard. This is Series X. Get the hell up out of here. Do you understand what they're saying right now? 12 teraflops and all this stuff, man. Like, do you get what they're talking about right now? Y'all don't get it. Sit down somewhere, right? So I'm up here and I'm really brolic about it too. And I get my Series X, and then I realized that I had the same games that I was playing on my One X, and I said, "Damn!" Quick resume and all that. It was cool, but it wasn't functional across all games and stuff. I felt some type of way. So at that point, I started listening to all the videos I heard. All the people saying, "I could have waited." Yeah, I'm telling you, be careful. If you get one, just know there's nothing to play. I'm like, man, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. There's plenty of third-party games and all that that's going to be taking advantage. The CPU alone is going to boost these games. Yeah, so I did feel some type of way, man. I'm not going to lie. I still feel that way until Halo Infinite comes out. Or Forza 5. Forza 5 might be that game. Flight Sim did some major things. Hellblade helps. And this is what we were talking about early in the show, y'all. Hellblade, ray tracing, all that stuff helps. Flight Sim help, and I was not looking forward to the 30 FPS nature of the game, and I play it more on PC because I can get higher frames than 30. I play it more heavily on PC, which is the backup, and I know Bunny got something to say about that. PC is the backup plan, and I think Microsoft wanted it that way. Xbox wanted it that way. They knew what they were going to be doing with PC. It's like, big bro, you got my back, right? If I can't do something, you got me. And what do y'all think about that whole narrative?
Man, I already said that I think they're gonna be pushing. Because I mean, let's look at it. Let's think about it like this, right? Let's think outside the box a little bit. Wouldn't it? Microsoft has one of the biggest operating systems across PCs around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be more advantageous just to put their games on PC?
Makes sense, yeah.
They can't because of console space.
No. But look at what they're doing now, Storm. They're slowly transitioning out of the console space. Hell, you don't even have to have an Xbox now to get Game Pass Unlimited on PC.
Even though Rome don't like the Xbox like that, he don't want to hear this.
No,
but what we want to do. We don't want to run Rome away.
No, but do you see what I mean? They're slowly. I mean, do you understand what I mean? I mean, they didn't already told you. You don't even have to buy a console. Look at Cloud. You can play Cloud on your PC.
Bunny. We got to talk about how you said, "Yo, was it you or me when we was talking about the fact that we can't find those Series X's out here on shelves? But how many did they put in these data centers and stuff to power xCloud? You know what I'm saying? Think about that."
Yeah, because I mean, like, I still have it down here. Like, I'm in, like, where I'm at. I still have not seen a PS5. I don't think there exists because I have not seen them in stores. Xboxes, I have not seen an Xbox in stores. Like, people posting all these pictures of Xbox Series S's and stuff everywhere. Not down here where I'm at, y'all.
I tell you what, it'll be real ugly if Sony says now upgraded 4K for PS Now or something like that. That would be kind of skeptical, but I don't know. Sony's seen they got a clean slate. People just want them 5s. They want those.
Okay, and then Switches, best of luck when they come in. They gone within like 3 days. Okay. Not the Switch Lights. I'm talking about the base Switches. They're gone. Like the $299 console, it's gone in like 3 days when they get them in stock.
Heck yeah.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, Xbox right now is setting themselves up.
I think
to where
so
you
too,
really
man.
don't even have to have a console anymore for them.
I think so too. I mean, I read an article back in like 2014 where investors was trying to get Satya Nadella to discontinue the Xbox console. And I'm telling you, it seemed like all the moves that they've been making is just they're focusing on everything but the console itself. The console is like an afterthought.
And I know why. I know why.
You gotta think about it like this also. More controllers come out than anything.
Right.
Why they need all these controllers? Are they going to make a little dongle you can put in your TV and just play cloud through your controller on your TV like that?
I'm thinking so.
You can already
Ah,
connect it to
man.
your P. You can already connect every controller out, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch controllers. You can connect them to your
Damn.
PC through Bluetooth.
Right.
Yo, they
I
do
mean,
have
and I mean,
they
you got
do
to think
have
about it.
custom. They have a specific division for customizing controllers out there. It seems, man. Now
And I
that's
mean,
something to think
like
about. That's just something to think
always,
about.
Yep.
they have released more controllers than limited edition consoles.
Right.
You remember during the 360 days, how many limited edition consoles the 360 had?
Yeah.
Tons. Yep.
How many for the series, the 1X, the 1, or even the Series X have they had?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't even think there's going to be a mid-gen refresh this generation. That mid-gen refresh is going to be, hey, try this on xCloud. It's free to play right now. Sign up, play Halo Infinite right now. So, hey, it is what it is.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. They're setting themselves up to where if they can get xCloud to booming the way they want xCloud to be booming, you think they're going to pay attention to consoles?
Right.
Man, I tell
Let's
you.
be honest, Storm. Let's think about it.
Now, I'm thinking about Rome. I'm going back to Rome because, like, if this is the case, I just want to know if my bro is going to be able to accept, like, if this is the case one day where there's no physical game that you can hold in your hand and collect and put it on your stand and all that stuff, Rome, are you going to be still okay playing the next God of War with ridiculously insane technological advancements, but probably in the cloud though, Rome?
Man, it'd be,
Ridiculous advancements, bro.
Hello?
I think you cut out that time. Go ahead. Yeah. What did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah,
Loud and
yeah,
clear.
All right,
now.
cool. I had to, for some reason my phone, I was on my Android and it was working.
Yeah.
Cool, and
It's
then
all good. It's all good in the hood, man. However, we got to bring the show. We gonna do it.
Bet that's what's up, man. What I wanted to say was I don't know. I'll play it, but I don't know if I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll play it for sure. I'll probably rent it or stream it, like rental, but I wouldn't pay full price or anything. I would just play it, get done with it, and then just move on. Like I wouldn't like buy into a service or nothing like that in order to do it. But I wouldn't miss out on a game like that for sure. I just won't buy into like a full throttle service and all of that stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And
it will hurt me though.
And Logical Nonsense is coming to the chat. Hello, Logical. How are you doing this evening?
Yo.
But that's the thing. Like, and let's be honest here, guys. Some of these things that we're talking about, this could be the next 10, 20, 30 years. We don't know.
I don't know about that many decades.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
I'm not pushing for it to take over right now. I'm not one of them dudes out there.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to take over.
Right.
It's not going to take over. Like, it could be 10, 20 years before it gets to that point where that's all we know of.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, look at how long it took cell phones to get to the point of where it's all we know of now. It took a good 20 years. Because remember, we had pagers first. And that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember my first cell phone was a Nokia track phone that you had to buy minutes for.
Buy minutes. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that's what I'm saying. It might not be now, then, or whatever, but hell, I might be too old to even hold a fucking controller by then.
I hope that's the case.
Nah, I doubt it. Man, y'all crazy as hell. Now, I don't know, Bunny. Now, arthritis, something might kick in. I hope that's not the case for me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what'll happen for us.
I'm telling you now, I would have to have a serious injury or something for me not to play video games. And I'm talking about when I'm 80. There's gamers right now. You can get in a party with them on PC and consoles. And they're 60 plus years old, man. Getting it in at a high level, too, at the top of the league.
No lie. Got a YouTube channel and everything. She got
I know
75.
The one that plays Skyrim?
Oh, no.
She's like 80 now.
Y'all are late on the scene. there's a little Japanese lady who's 90-some years old who has made the Guinness Book of World Records
What?
for being the oldest gamer there is.
Oh, wow.
And she be tearing shit up. She was playing Resident Evil. She's been over there playing because like she plays all types of games. She was playing an Olympic game once, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But then she was tearing shit up in Final Fantasy VII. She's been tearing shit up in Resident Evil. She got all types of, and everything's in Japanese with subtitles. But she's this little 90-year-old. She's this little, and she's called Gaming Grandma, I think it is. But she's this little 90-year-old Japanese lady, and she be sitting there with her hair in her tight little bun, and then you see she's reading the screen to how to push whatever buttons, but then after she gets it, she tears shit up on the screen. I'm like, damn.
Oh man, and I'm telling you, if as long as I can hold that controller, it's on. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, so that's the thing. Like, I look at it like that, and like for me, I think I'm more capable of jumping to it than Rome is, because like now, the way I collect now is like I collect games physical. If I can get it physical, I get it physical. If the only way I can get it is digital, then I get it digital, because I still want the game. It's just that the only way I can get it is digital.
Right.
You understand what I mean? I'm not going to not play the game because I can't get it physical.
Yeah, that's me too. Like, I ain't gonna miss out on the game, but I'm definitely gonna change my approach.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm. And then, but guys, we've hit our targeted time. It's 9 p.m. and you know we gotta get to me and Rome. We got work in the morning, and Rome gets up earlier than me.
I do.
I be waking up messaging Rome, and Rome's like, I'm at work. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I'm already at work.
So, guys, this has been a great night. We've had a great chat. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely fun for me.
I hope you guys like the new night, new time. We'll be meeting here on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Besides here, you can also find all the links to our chats and our Twitters in the description box below. We're also over on the pntsnetwork.com. We're working on our website. It should be up and running soon. Besides here on YouTube, you can also hear us on iTunes, Spotify, Radio Public. So you can listen to the show. Usually it goes up 3 days or so after the live airing on those. So you can listen to us how you want to, where you want to, and when you want to. You'll not be stuck in front of a TV if you don't want to be, or a computer. Storm, where can people find you at this week? I already know Stadia Revolution was in the chat, so we know about you guys on Sundays.
Yeah.
Check out Project Storm's channel. Subscribe over there to him. You guys will catch them this Sunday at 11 a.m. or 11:30?
Yep. Yeah, you catch us at 11 a.m. on Sunday, right on my channel. You know, hit that subscribe button, like if you want to. Stop by, check out the cloud. I see Logical said if you convince him, he'll be interested in cloud and all that stuff. Logical, stop by, man. Tune in, and then, you know, I'd be breaking things down on the fly all the time when it comes to the cloud. So there's a lot of other people I know out there. But, man, look, it's good seeing you. Everybody that showed up in this chat tonight, y'all, this is why we do it, man. Everybody that hit that like button, I see y'all hit that like button. We can appreciate it. So you could definitely find me chopping up videos. My recent one I did was streaming from the Xbox Series X to my desktop PC, and I had a hell of a time playing Hellblade with ray tracing and everything enabled. It was crazy, y'all. So I do all kinds of stuff, man. Stadia, Direct PC, all that good stuff, right? But Bunny, find me on Twitter at the Nephiliac. That's where I run my mouth the most, hanging out with you, checking Rome out, seeing Rome get in the trenches out there and everything. I be cracking up, man. Seeing him and Doc going back and forth on, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Rome, man. I don't need. Hey, Bunny, I'm. Let me stop, because I'm proud of you for stopping right on time. I don't want to take us over too long, but I'm proud of Rome, man, for coming back at Doc the way y'all be doing. That shit be hilarious. So I'm gonna leave it right there, man. It was a fun show. I enjoyed the panel and the chat, y'all.
Yes. I hope this Wednesday works better for you guys' football schedule.
Yes.
Don't hit me.
I wanted to talk football. Madden, hey, Ron, hold up. Madden, do you think it's midnight tonight, or are you going to be trying to wait for it? Well, is it because it's for EA Access? You get it early, right? Is that tomorrow? It's going to be tomorrow for sure. Yeah. I mean, so anyway, check that out though, y'all.
Yeah, so I don't want y'all to talk about on Wednesdays you can't play because it's NFL time. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Rome, where can people find you at this week?
You can find me at Rome Go Large on Twitter, where I act a damn fool, and you can catch me on my YouTube channel Rome Rush, and I just use that as just saying my piece, man. It ain't even entertainment; it's just sharing my thoughts, and I want you guys to share y'all thoughts with me, man. And that's it. That's what it's all. It's an interactive channel, is what I
That's
call it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So me, really, I've been kind of quiet on Twitter for about the past couple weeks. I should be back full force soon. Um, making stupid ass comments to people, things like that. I'm pretty tame on Twitter though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Yeah,
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 you
you
pretty
can
good.
be, or you could just not give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
do a whole lot of that too. But
well,
you know,
that's just me. But I've taken like a little Twitter break. You guys can find my channel here, Snow Bunny Gaming. I haven't been uploading anything lately. I actually kind of lost my damn headset, so I need to find my headset for my PlayStation so I can start uploading some more stuff for my PlayStation. That's what I'm planning on be doing soon. You can find me on Twitter at SnowBunny426. That's it. You can also find me, as I was saying, on Sick Humors, the politically incorrect show. If you want to hear me not really giving a damn about anything, you need to listen to me over there. It's even worse than about gaming, y'all.
I hear that.
So
And I
yeah,
did forget, y'all. SSC podcast with MM2K. Me and MM2K will be going live 2:00 tomorrow. It should have been today, but we had things to do. So 2:00 Eastern time tomorrow. SSC Stadia Stream Connect podcast.
you don't love MM2K.
Hey, I
You're
forgot. I
getting
know
your
he's
own
up there
show.
listening. I know he's listening. Like that damn
You
storm,
know.
man.
So like I said, guys, meet us back here next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can find our Twitter links below along with our YouTube channels below. Come join us on our little slice of life on YouTube and Twitter, seeing what we're doing, things like that. Remember, check out the pntsnetwork.com. We're still
That's
working
right.
on the site. It should be up and running fully functional very soon. Check out Spotify, Radio Public, iTunes, everywhere you can listen to digital podcasts. You can find us there. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Remember, we are halfway through the week. We're almost to Friday if you work Monday through Friday. See you guys next week and have a wonderful evening.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Later, y'all.